wanna be a Munchie boy?
Munchie Boys! Drive through in a hurry edition.
The edition in which we drive through and it's supposedly in a hurry.
A quote-unquote hooray. What's up, Tony?
Not much.
Not munch.
Oh, wait. Yes, we did munch. We did munch.
I've got a hunch we've been on that munch. But before we do that, what's new in the world?
Oh, man. I don't know. What is new besides all the shitty stuff?
I got a new GoPro, the Hero 9 Black.
Whoa, what are the cool features of that?
The problem with GoPro is like Apple or any other current tech company. They don't really come up with like crazy new things to shock the market each time. They just kind of like, hey, it's just like last year's version, except if you want to use it, it's just incrementally better in these few areas.
Yeah, and it's almost just like a psychological thing, like, oh, it's better and it's the new one.
But you got to buy the new batteries now and the new accessories because the old ones just don't work.
But you did it. I
did, yeah. I skipped out on the 8 last year and bought the 7 the year before. And I'll be honest, I've had some weird problems with that one where it would kind of stop and glitch, and I've had a lot of problems with GoPro over the years. A lot of them, actually.
Damn.
I don't know why I bought the new one, other than it seems like if you're going to use a GoPro, you might as well go and use the one that has the best current features.
Might as well go in Pro. Okay, that did.
But they have a really weird subscription service.
What?
Right? For example, the camera is $450, which, fine, whatever.
Yeah.
However, the camera's only $300 with 1 year free subscription to the GoPro subscription whatever service thing.
Oh, so like you get discounts if you're a member.
Right.
Okay.
So not only do you get the year of the subscription discounted, but you get $100 less on the camera, which doesn't make any sense. And it's like, well, if I'm going to get the camera, I might as well go to there. But then the fine print seems to see if you were to cancel out on the subscription, they can then charge you for the full price of the camera.
What?
And if you
after the fact
decline your
that's
it's
insane.
Really, if you look at the fine print on this thing, it's really suspect.
So wait, so the subscription, is that like a monthly thing? Like,
well, you can get the subscription as a monthly fee, or you can get it as an annual fee.
So you have to have it for a full year in order to get the discount?
The wording is kind of sketchy enough to where they could say, well, no, you don't get the camera at that discount. We're effectively giving you the discount as a bonus of continuously subscribing to our service, to where it's not spelled out like if you cancel within a year, you get the camera at the discounted price. They make it sound like if you ever cancel this thing, which would be completely illegal and certainly raise all sorts of like weird antitrust issues and stuff.
Oh my God.
However, in the disclaimer, in the terms of service,
you're
effectively waiving your rights to for class action lawsuit.
Oh my gosh. But I don't know if that would necessarily hold up. Like, I bet a judge would be like,
well, oh yeah, absolutely not. You're talking about if thousands of people around the world, tens of thousands, hundreds of thousands, whatever, buy this camera and are subject to this terms and start, I mean, that's going to be a PR nightmare that could sink the company.
That's nuts. Well, damn, I'm surprised you did that. I'm surprised you weren't just like, I don't need some type of subscription. I'm just going to buy it outright.
Well, normally I would have just completely, but I figured, it's probably, I'll do it. And if there's a problem with it, I will find the billionaire tech CEO who runs GoPro, and I will jam the action camera in his face, repeat it. No, that's too much violence.
What's the perk of the subscription again? Like, what does it do? Like,
well, it's a really weird thing. I mean, it doesn't sound like such a bad service by itself. For example, if you break the camera at any time, you can send it in for a replacement.
Okay.
I've actually broken a GoPro.
Yeah.
I've had a GoPro on a commercial shoot a few years back, and it fell down from like the height of maybe 6 feet on a big monopod thing.
And it wasn't me.
And it broke. No, it wasn't you that time. And it broke. You're talking about a GoPro. You're talking about a camera that is supposed to like fall into oceans and fall off mountains and fall into volcanoes and be fine.
Yeah.
Mine fell from the height of an RV at an RV dealership. They basically effectively charged like a full price to replace it or something like that. So a service like this theoretically would replace that camera for free. You also get like unlimited cloud service, but storing video on a cloud just seems to be completely stupid, unless you're in some crazy remote location that you're filming,
Yeah, it's completely pointless, like literally pointless. And also it just takes too long for it to realistically upload and stuff like that.
I think it's like $100 discount on new cameras when you have this subscription.
Yeah,
You can buy a lot of the GoPro branded accessories on their store
for cheaper.
for lower price.
Nice.
And I think the amount of discount differs on the item. So I got the battery and battery charger, which would normally be like, say, $50. It was $34.
Yeah.
The time warp stuff, looks cool. I shot some little demo footage of that just driving around the other day. And
Yeah. What's that?
it's like a kind of like a time lapse, but it stabilizes the frames in between.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And the Hero 9 has some kind of horizon leveling features, so it'll normally if you do a time lapse it's fine, but if you like for example on my test, I had it clipped to the visor in the van, and it's not to a hard stationary thing, so as I'm driving around it's bobbing up and down, but when you see the resulting time lapse, it's actually all completely smooth. So that's a pretty handy feature,
cool. Nice. And you also got some Christmas ornaments, or are they just called ornaments?
Oh yeah. Well, I got the Hallmark 2020 arcade ornament this year is the Williams Joust arcade cabinet, which is pretty cool.
Nice.
I have the Donkey Kong from 2018 and the Defender from last year. Although you'll hate
You're going to be trimming the tree.
I need a tree to trim. That's the thing. But I ordered the Defender one in April of this year. I didn't order it last year when it came out, and I ordered it in April. I didn't even open the package until last night. And get this. So I ordered the package, and the button on my Defender that actually activates it and turns the lights and the sound on doesn't work.
What?
I bought this thing broken from Amazon back in April and didn't open it until last night. So, I have no recourse to go back and say, here, send me a new one or whatever.
Oh my God.
But, so that's irritating.
Maybe you can somehow figure out how to fix it.
I can, but you can't really open them. They're not really made for to be open.
Because they're like glued shut or something.
Yeah, they're like cheap little Christmas ornaments you buy for $20 at a Hallmark. They're not like
it's the thing where it's like the battery's dead. You just have to suck it up or something like that.
Well, no, you can replace the battery. There's the three little L23
but the
cells
actual
or whatever.
to tell how it broke.
The button that you push in is actually missing or fell inside the unit or something.
Oh my God.
But I also got their 2020 keepsakes Nintendo Entertainment System NES console.
Oh yeah, I saw your post. That was awesome. You know what's crazy? It's so realistic that when I saw your picture, I literally thought that you were posting that you got an actual Nintendo.
Oh yeah, I mean it's totally realistic, and if you're into Nintendos, you got to get one. Also, get the Lego NES console with a TV. That is the best Lego set ever.
Have you been loving it?
Oh, I mean, I loved it when I put it together,
and then you're like, oh,
I haven't been loving it because now it's just like a thing that's assembled on a shelf somewhere.
And that's literally like the point of Lego is that they get people addicted to getting it, and then it's over with, and then you're moving on to the next one. So
that being said, it's a cool Lego set. I'm glad I have one. And that's all I got to say. If you like Legos and you like Nintendos and you just want to waste an evening and kind of go down a nostalgic memory lane, absolutely buy it and put it together. And or if you got kids that are into Legos and you want to say hey, Junior, back in my day, we were into Legos and Nintendo.
And they'll be like, I still kind of like those. And we'll be like, yeah, it's different now. Kind of like Power Rangers.
How about you, Tony? Anything new? Anything exciting?
Still mopeding.
Moped.
Oh, so here was one frustration. So I took the new moped in, the yellow Moto Bicane, and I got it all. I got new tires, new tubes, new chain. What else did I get? Dang it. Oh, a new seat I put on. So it was I was getting it all fixed up. And then I even said when I took it in, I was like, oh, I think the throttle cable needs to be replaced because it's broken on the top. And then the guy, I think he's probably had good luck with this before. I think this might have been a fluke, but he was like, oh, I think it's still fine. A lot of times when the sheath breaks off right there, it still pulls fine. And I think it was pulling fine when he was messing with it. But then later, I was riding it and it literally got stuck on full throttle, and I was going
full
just
throttle.
And I was like, shit. And I had to brake, and then I literally had to turn the off switch Like I had to do the kill switch because and then I had to pull the cable back out, and then I made it worse by putting WD-40 in it, and instead of loosening it up, it actually made it more gunked up. So I was like, God damn it.
Oh,
So
man.
now he's going to fix that next week. So
We like in the movie Speed, it's like if this moped goes under 50 miles an hour, it'll blow up.
yeah, it literally was like Speed for a minute. I was like, shit. And then I was like, oh yeah, I can actually turn it off without it blowing up.
That's fun.
But so yeah, I'm getting that fixed next week. It's funny because I feel like a lot of this stuff I should be learning how to do, but then part of me is kind of like, yeah, but if it's just like kind of a hassle, and also it's not like if I don't do it perfectly, then it's gonna run crappy, and I just don't want to do that. I'm one of those people where I actually like writing it, not necessarily working on it. So
a poser.
yeah, basically. Like what were we talking about recently with that? Oh yeah, like photography. So some photographers are like, yeah, I got this like developing paper, and then I was in like the dark room, and I'm like, yeah, I kind of just like actually taking the photos and like framing and expose like the actual exposure and like the content, not just like the dark room technique. So it's kind of like that. It's like a lot of people are into mopeds because they want to like work on them and ride them, but
Right.
I'm kind of just like, I'd rather just support Ed's mopeds and take it in and like have it done right. So
I get that.
I mean-
yeah, it makes sense. On the other hand, it's kind of
I mean, here's the thing. I put on the seat.
but it is kind of fun to kind of get into the mechanics and actually work on it and make. I mean, like I replaced the door to my van window, a few weeks back, and that was kind of a.
Oh yeah. I'm sure eventually I'll start doing that. Like start working on little things here and there, but yeah.
You should replace the window on your moped, the door window on your moped.
I know because it's missing. Oh wait, that would just be adding. Never mind.
Right.
I'm an idiot.
Oh, sigh.
Oh yeah. Oh wait,
What?
Isn't this podcast about food?
It is. Yeah. Why do you say that?
Where did we go? I forgot. Like we haven't even dove into what we dove into.
Oh my gosh, you're right, aren't you?
Should we dive into what we dove into?
We did kind of dive in. We should dive into where we went to. And I don't know. I'm not too happy with our choice this week.
We did have a little bit of a hiccup. A little bit of some negativity going on with where we went.
Now, we're the Munchie Boys. We like to kind of go to places we love and then like blatantly talk about how much we love them and would totally go back and all that stuff. And we don't want to, necessarily do a podcast that's going to either A, bring business to a place that we don't want to see succeed, or
Yeah.
B, just doing where we simply sit and whine and complain about how bad things are. But things were pretty bad today.
Yeah. But should we
I'm not satisfied. I demand satisfaction, darn it.
yes. We need satisfaction.
I can't
And
get
we can't get none.
girly
But if we try
action.
sometimes, we
Try.
just might
try.
find that we get the food we
Try.
need. Okay, so where did we go?
I don't know if I should even say the name. I mean, people might hear this and say like, well, it can't be that bad. Maybe I should go there.
Do you want me to say it?
All right, you say the one word. I'll say the middle word. Then we can both say the last part together.
Let's do it like normal speed though. Okay, here we go. We
Okay.
went to Curry
In
hurry.
Yeah, I forgot there was an
Curry
A
in a
there,
hurry,
wasn't there?
folks. That's where we went. And let's preface this by saying we were kind of excited to go here. We've actually talked about this in the past.
I've been hearing things about it and pretty excited about it. It's not close to my house. It's basically like 15 minutes away from
Yeah.
my house. So like say a round trip there is 30 minutes,
Yeah.
which isn't horrible. Obviously there's people who gladly make 30-minute round trips, to grab lunch every
83rd
day.
and Maple is where it is.
But you'll find out in a second here why that is so irritating to me.
Do you want to tell them the story?
Well, I will tell them the story, Tony, but first
I'll add to it.
I want to kind of point out that if you're listening to this and you live in the same world that we've all been living in as a city, as a state, as a nation, as a world in the past 6 months or so, we've been kind of resorting to a lot of takeout, carry out, curbside pickup, and I suppose
Yeah.
some people do like the delivery services and whatnot. But So getting to the point where you're calling your order in or ordering on the website or an app
Yeah.
is kind of part of our modern life now.
Yeah. And we're pros by now.
Yeah. And for example, Tasty Pizza has an app now. Did you know that?
Oh, I hope you mean appetizer.
No, I mean an app. They have an actual app.
I knew what you meant. I was being stupid.
And you see they got a new location opening up like 5 blocks from the other location. And from what I hear, both locations are going to be open. However, I've ordered from that app twice.
Yeah.
And I'll get more into that in a little bit here. But, and like there's a Chipotle down the street from me where if they claim it's like one of the first in the area, the drive-through Chipotle, right?
Oh my gosh.
To where you order from an app and you just go and pick it up. So we're seeing more and more things adapting to being app-based, and that's part of our world now. So when I had the option to order curry in a hurry on their website and then pick it up,
you were like, whoa.
Well, I thought, yeah, okay, we'll do that.
And when you told me about it, you were like, did you order online? And I was like, oh no, I'll go do that. So I went to look, and I was actually happy by how concise the menu was and the ordering system online. Like, honestly, it was very clean cut, and it looked like it was like awesome. And I was like, okay, cool. So I placed it and then pick it up from there.
And it's the fact that it's like that the order online was actual concise is important because some sites are still very vague as to exactly what you're ordering or
they're wonky. Yeah.
They're clearly just like
some
set
stuff.
Up by,
sometimes the menu items aren't even on it. Sometimes like if you need to specify something, it doesn't have a spot for it or like. But this one was actually everyone had said, do you need to add a special message or direction about this item? And like, you just put no or yes or whatever. So,
and they had, pictures of each item and a full description and, it told you the spice level and the size that you're going to get, which is fantastic because again, we've ordered stuff online where it's like, you barely even get the name and there's no option to like, you have no idea what the ingredients are or what the, anything about it. And it's like, why wouldn't you customize this a little bit?
Yeah.
You're just like buying this like e-commerce template without actually going in and putting in your thing and making it your own.
Yeah.
So place an order. I mean, the prices seemed reasonable for what you'd get. Today's special was well, it looks like they do like Fusion Fridays where they kind of like blend in different culture foods with their own types. Indian style. Today's was biscuits and gravy.
With an Indian twist, it says.
Right. Now, the idea of an Indian biscuits and gravy to me sounds freaking awesome. And it's like, well, heck yeah, we're going to get that. So I ordered that, and I ordered a chicken tikka masala at 10:30 this morning to be picked up at noon because they're not open until noon.
Yeah.
And then...
Did you order anything else?
I also ordered the garlic naan.
Okay. Don't even say that to me. We'll get to that. We'll get to it.
We'll get to that. Okay, we're gonna go chronologically here because like if I jump the biscuits and gravy, then we're in hot tikka masala. All right, so that at 10:30 a.m. that's where I was at. Tony, you go ahead and go to your next step.
So then Aaron messaged me and said, "Oh, did you place your order online?" And I was like, "Oh no, I didn't know you could." Well, I didn't say I didn't know you could. I was just like, "Oh yeah, I'll do that." So I went, pulled it up, and I was super happy with the online ordering system. I placed order for me and Whitney a bunch of stuff. I got Whitney wanted the let's see here, I'll pull up the menu.
Whitney wanted.
She wanted for a lot. She wanted the chicken tikka masala, and I wanted the Malwani spicy chicken. And then also we ordered, let's see here, it was the samosa, 3 pieces in the samosa. I ordered a side of raita and a side of chutney, and I ordered a papadum, which is like that crunchy thingy, and then garlic naan. And that's what I ordered, and I placed the order online. And then me and Aaron show up at noon. We get our picture out front because we were both the first people to pull up.
And here's where it gets annoying. Because as we were taking our picture and getting ready to get in line, a white SUV pulls up and goes into the line order.
Yeah, we were like, God damn it. Of course somebody had to pull up. Like, right.
I will say this. given the fact that you order, you can order basically any time during the day and have it picked up at noon. I was expecting like a line around the block of like Grubhub and DoorDash, etc. before we even got there, which was not the case, luckily.
Luckily, yeah. So I mean, that did happen right after us. So
yeah, so this is right before noon. We take our picture, then this vehicle pulls up. So then I pull up behind this person. Tony pulls up behind me, and I can hear him on when they event. It's still like 5 minutes before the Curry in a Hurry people actually go ahead and answer the thing for that.
Yeah,
because it's not
I think I feel like I heard them start answering the speaker at like 12:02 or something.
Yeah, that's about right. And then they asked her, "Do you have an order?" And she said no. So she placed her
order. So of course
order.
we got somebody behind somebody that was ordering at the window. I know I'm complaining already, but still.
No, and that sounds like a very weird minor or just kind of like get off my lawn kind of complaint.
Yeah.
But when you have a system based off of ordering through apps and picking up off of your app order, that kind of makes a thing. You should either have like two lines or have a way to where like, all right, you can pull off to the side and then like, we already have these guys ordered because they ordered an hour and a half ago.
Exactly. Like we shouldn't have to wait for long orders and then they have to make it and then like ours is already ready sitting there. But anyway.
And
like
again,
I said, those are minor complaints. Yeah.
It sounds like, we're just over here like, well, we're looking for things to complain about, blah, 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 rabble. But the reality is like, I went to that Chipotle the other day. I'm not one that normally go through Chipotles, but I was watching some old episodes of South Park and the Chipotle episode came on. And I was like, well, since Chipotle is a product that exists now in this real world, maybe I should go to Chipotle. And I order from the app. You go pick it up, and it's immediately there, and you're gone. You're through the entire thing, and like
there's no
playing
around.
Time. There's no like, I think I'm gonna get a. Well, you guys got burritos, right? There's none of that. It's orders there. You grab it, and you go. Tasty Pizza, I said, that's a little trickier because the first time I ordered that, it was immediately done when when the app said it would be done, and I went and picked it up, and it was gone. The second time, I had to wait 15 or 20 minutes past the time that I had set the app to go pick it up.
Yeah.
And therein lies a problem when you're dealing with app orders, in our current, situation.
Yeah.
Like ordering something, obviously, ideally, you order something and it's immediately in your hands. We were in a very like Amazon Prime,
Yeah, like we want instant gratification.
But then having to wait for somebody to place their order and then have their order prepared is a minor irritant. It'd be nice to somehow separate that up. So it's like this person waits to the side. Those of us who ordered an hour and a half ago get our food. Because I don't know about you, Tony, but I not only did I order, but I think we were both already paid, right? I mean, I had to pay.
Yeah, so we both already paid. We are both already pre-ordered. They were sitting there waiting in bags, and then and here's the thing. Back to the point of the two separate lanes, they could have done that because they could have the pre-orders line up. There were two lanes, so we could have been in the right, and they could have an employee walk out the call-in orders that were already ready, or I mean the internet orders, and then the person with new orders at the window could just wait at the window.
Yeah, I mean,
there's ways to do it.
It's already effectively set up there, like, at this place, which I believe was a former Taco John's, which a lot of places wouldn't quite have it set up to where it would quite work like that, right?
Yeah.
So, anyways, the woman in front of us gets her order. I go up, give them my name. I get my order right away, put it on my seat. I drive off. And then Tony.
And then I pull up and then I'm like, and then he's like, Anthony, right? And I'm like, yep. And he's like, okay, we got your order right here. And he handed me a bag. And then I literally said, now's where the tipping point of our conversation. I literally said, is that everything? Like, is that all of it in this bag? And he's like, yep, that's all of it. And then I take off and we drive home and we get home. And here's where it goes downhill, folks. Here's where it goes downhill.
I'm walking in my door with my bag and my phone rings and I look down and it's Tony and I'm like, all right, what do you want, Tony?
So listen to what happened. Oh my God, Whitney would laugh at this. So she's in there doing her work stuff on the computer, literally watching two different webinars or whatever. And then seriously, like I opened the food and I was food excited, as we always are when we get Indian.
Oh, yeah.
And Whitney was excited too because I ordered her Indian. And just all around, anytime you get Indian, you're like, yeah, I'm going to rip this open. I'm getting into it. So I open it up, and then what do I fucking see? I'm cussing too much. Anyway, so I literally see that they freaking forgot the papadum, which is the crispy, like chip type thing. And then they forgot, what is it? Something that would potentially be a king bite. They forgot the garlic naan. And so right away, I'm not joking, I got so food mad, I started cussing. And I was like, oh my fucking God. And I was like, they seriously forgot the garlic naan and the papadum. And I literally think I like threw something a little bit, like I threw down the bag a little bit, or
So
like I was just all mad.
I'm like, oh man, that sucks.
Yeah,
I had just gotten home
yeah.
with my order, so I'm like, hopefully my order's here because I don't want to be mad.
Yeah, we were on
know?
the phone. I called Aaron after the freak out.
I opened my bag again. I ordered the Fusion Friday biscuits and gravy with an Indian twist and the chicken tikka masala. And I say, oh, first off, here's one little piece of foil. What's in here? Okay, there's the naan that comes with the item.
And he
Here's a
got
bigger
his
piece of foil.
naan.
Here's my garlic naan. And then, wait, there's only one bowl in here. The only thing in here is the chicken tikka masala. I didn't get my Fusion Friday biscuits and gravy
God,
with the Indian twist or otherwise. I didn't get to try classic white peppercorn gravy using Malay white chicken as base with house-made smoked chicken breakfast sausage infused with bold Indian spices. I didn't get to try that because they didn't include it. I paid for it an hour and a half ago. They didn't give me my order though.
Yes, and so we were red hot mad.
Angry.
Our blood was boiling. We were freaking pissed. We were like, "Lady, are you nuts?" But then we were still mad. But I did notice I got a call and a voicemail when I was talking to Aaron. Should I just play it? Is that okay? Like, do you think
go for it.
Okay, so you keep talking about the your situation.
No, you just play it. We'll edit it in.
Here's what we get.
Message.
Oh, dang it.
Hi, Anthony. This
Oh.
is to miss your papadum and your garlic naan. That was a misunderstanding with, in front of the house, so that's totally my fault. So if you could come back whenever, whenever's convenient for you, and pick that up, we can get that out for you. And sorry for the misunderstanding. Thank you.
Okay, so I get that. And I was like, well, I guess so. I was alleviating my like anger about it a little bit because I was like, well, at least they recognized it before I called them. And they called me and tried to call, but I was on the phone with Aaron, so I didn't answer. But I was literally like, well, what do you expect? Do you think I'm really going to drive all the way across town for one garlic naan and papadum? And then I was telling Whitney, I was like, I'm just going to call him later and get refunded for the $3 because it's not that much money. It's just annoying because listen, I'm a munchie boy. I want my food. Do you know what makes me more mad than not having my food?
We want to munch, and we don't want to munch mad. We want to munch glad. We want to be
exactly.
happy. And
there is a difference. You want to munch happy. Here's the thing. You know those awkward moments in life when you got your plate in front of you and you get in an argument with somebody and you're like, I'm not even eating. We don't want to be mad.
I went ahead and called mine in right away. I was, because I didn't get a message like Tony did.
Yeah.
So
they
I
didn't call him.
Call up, and I can tell immediately. I'm talking to the kid that handed me my order. I'm like, hey, here's my name's Aaron. I had an order. I ordered it at 10:30, and I just picked it up. 15 minutes ago, and I didn't get my biscuits and gravy. And he's like, well, okay. If you come back here and we can get it. And it's like, dude, you're like 15 minutes away.
That's the thing. We don't want to go across town to come get a food item.
If I hop in my vehicle, drive to 84th and Maple, a large stretch of my drive is under construction anyways. It's like,
yeah, that's the thing. I know there's construction all over.
Ignoring how long I'd have to wait in line. That's a 30-minute drive back there to there and back.
Exactly.
For me.
And that's not worth it. So that's it's a bigger, whenever there's a mistake, sometimes it ends up being bigger than just the mistake. So
he's like, well, how can I make it up to you? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Do you have any delivery services? Do you have somebody that can bring this to me? And he's like, oh, let me put you in touch with with our manager, and then he put me in touch with the manager, probably the same guy who called you.
Yeah.
And, same thing. He's like, oh, gosh, sorry about that. Yeah, we have some new people here, and that's probably what happened. The new person probably didn't include this in your thing. And obviously, mistakes happen, and this things happen like that. But for us both back-to-back on orders that were placed an hour and a half earlier ago, paid for an hour and a half prior to, that's a little odd for both of us.
Hold on, Aaron. Keep telling the story. I got to go let Whitney, and she keeps banging on the window.
Now we can really talk about Tony and his problem. You know what I'm talking about. Tony has he's a munchy boy, yes, but he's also something of a dandy. Now, exactly what that means, I will leave up to your own interpretation. And now he's back. So I'm like, lady, are you nuts?
Whitney's nuts. I literally just heard, as you'll probably hear on my mic, there was literally like loud tapping on my office window over and over. And then so I was like, oh, Whitney must have got locked out because she's out there with the dogs like banging on the window. And I literally went out there and was like, oh, did you get locked out? And she goes, oh, no, I was just like I forgot what she said. Like, oh, I was just playing. And I was like, that was like super loud and I'm recording. And then I go, lady, are you nuts?
So anyways, the guy finally, asked, is like, is there any way we can make this up to you? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Can you have somebody deliver biscuits and gravy to me? That would make me happy. Otherwise, I can't. I'm not going to.
I love that you like wanted the delivery option, which I totally get because that was that specialty item. Yeah.
It's like they obviously a big part of their delivery service is like not their delivery service, but a big part of their current order is like DoorDash and Grubhub. And I feel like in a situation where two guys are about to eat your food and review it, they could like bite the fee and have like. Yeah. Have our food delivered to have the food that we had ordered for an hour and a half prior to delivered to us so we could at least like talk about that. Yeah. That doesn't seem to be like too out of the realm of possibility. But he's like, well, what I can do is I can refund the order and you can order it yourself off of Grubhub or, and I'm like, I'm not going to do that.
Oh my God. Yeah. That's so funny. Like so what I would have done, that's kind of goofy that he even said that. Like, I get that he was trying to give the option, but it's like, yeah, that's goofy. It's like, if anything, just say, oh, sorry, sir, we can't do that, but I can refund you, like.
So,
but yeah, so then you missed out on the special. Literally. So ladies and gentlemen, listen. Aaron sent me, the first thing he sent me was a picture of that Fusion biscuits and gravy. He was excited to try that.
I'm looking at the picture now.
And then that's what they forget.
I wish I could try that. It looks good.
That's what he wanted to try, and then it got messed up because of that misunderstanding.
I'm not going to get to try it. I'm not going to drive, 30 minutes and then wait in line for 10, 12, 20, 30, another 30 minutes like that. Just to get something that I had ordered, and had paid for,
So there's a lesson here, and what that is you can't always get what you want, but if you drive, sometimes you just might find you still won't get what the you need because there's misunderstandings at the front of house.
Yeah, and obviously, we understand that mistakes and stuff happen, but like, we should not both have had like items that we had ordered
exactly
excluded back to back.
Here's the thing. I already went into this. Garlic naan, that is a staple of your Indian meal that you order usually when you
gotta have it.
Yeah. Okay, here's the twist though. We've been saying how mad we were. We've been talking about I'm still food mad, but I'm not people mad or restaurant mad because the guy did call me. And I actually picked up as I was eating, and it sounded like it was probably like the owner. It wasn't just like, it didn't just sound like the young white kid that was in the window. It sounded like the actual Indian guy that probably owns it. And he was like, he seriously sounded like almost kind of mortified that it got messed up. And he was like, oh my God, he's like, well, I don't know if he said, oh my God. He was just like, I'm so sorry. Like, I think there's new people that are training and like, what can we do? Like, would you want a refund or would you want to come back? And I was like, well, if you could just give me a refund, that's fine. And it was, like I said, it was only $3. It's not about the money. It was more of a food mad thing. So then he definitely redeemed himself because like the fact that he called and he actually called for a second time because the employee kid called the first time and then he called. So I'm glad that like he recognized that it was a huge deal and like called me and apologized and like, whatever.
Well, they
I don't
didn't
know.
call me. I had to call them.
Yeah, see,
And
that's
mine
the
is
bummer.
a huge deal because mine's the Fusion Friday. You could always go back and pick up your garlic naan any point in time, any day that they're open.
Yeah,
whatever, like that.
yours
They're gonna have
was
that.
the biscuits and gravy.
Mine was the Friday Fusion. And mine was like the special that's going to sell out, and like they will only have it like at one other time or something, And
Yeah.
I'll never know what that's like. And you know what? I'm not happy about it, but I'm fine with it because I can't see myself going back to curry in a hurry.
Yeah. It was just too bad of an experience with
It's,
them forgetting.
For the distance and for the price, which was fine,
Yeah, the
I'll just
price
go
was decent. It wasn't too
I'll
expensive.
just go down to Flavors downtown,
Yeah, right
and get,
down there.
Arguably better Indian food,
Yeah.
at a comparable price. It'll be closer to my house,
Yeah.
and I know I will be quite satisfied.
So to dive in, so that's the negative stuff. To dive into actual food talk, what did you think about what you actually had? So you had the chicken tikka masala, right?
Yeah, and of course, here's the thing. We, in our anger, we don't want to unfairly criticize or critique the food. We don't want to just be, I'm angry and blah blah blah. Your chicken tikka sucks and so do you. Blah blah. We don't want to be that.
We're being realists. We're just being realists. We're not.
But on the other hand,
falsely claiming
we're
anything.
munchy boys. If you go into something, munching and you're angry, it's got to be pretty darn good in order for it to affect your mood to the point where you're like, you know what, this is actually pretty good.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna say it was bad, but it was just
an average tikka masala. Kind of, yeah.
Average or less, and again, that could be my anger, my prejudice
anger,
going into
food
it.
mad.
My food angry, I'm food mad.
Yeah.
I mean, it wasn't, the garlic naan is good. And it's a shame that you didn't get to try that.
Oh, dang it!
But
so the garlic naan was pretty lovely. Yeah.
Yeah, that was good. But
did they come with one circle, or was it two?
Well, kind of, but they're all cut up and
okay, yeah.
Little.
Yeah.
I didn't actually uncircle them. I just basically took the pieces as they were. I mean, that was that was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, it's really hard to like distance yourself from like the burning rage building up from within.
You never take away a Munchie Boy's food. That is the number one sin you could do. I would rather go through the line and they give me everything and then they go, "Hey, buddy, fuck you." And then I'm like, "Is it all here?" And it actually is. I would rather that.
Oh, yeah, because you're like, man, that guy sucks. We hate that guy. But the food's great and we got everything we ordered.
See, that's the ultimate sin. Never forget a Munchie Boy's food. So Whitney also got the tikka masala.
Oh, she did. Okay.
She liked it. She said it was pretty good.
How does she feel it compares to other tikka masalas?
We got samosas, which luckily were actually there. They didn't forget that I also ordered mint chutney and the raita sauce stuff. And so they've remembered that, luckily. The samosas were like good, but they're definitely those small type. It's not like those big, round, like lovely, crispy ones. It's like the kind of small triangular, like thin. But they were good. Like, I'm not going to put them down, but they're just... I love those big, round, like filled ones, like handmade, gigantic ones. But that's because I'm a Munchie Boy.
I just can't believe they didn't call me. They called you twice. The guy didn't call me at all.
I know. It's like, what the heck? And then,
also get this. I didn't tell you this, but when I called, when the white kid at the counter handed me over to the manager guy, he actually asked if I was Anthony. It's like, is this Anthony? I'm like, no, this is Aaron. Aaron,
And that's me, by the way, folks, even though I go by Tony. You probably already got that.
I should have been like, I am. This is Anthony. Anthony Bonacci is calling in a terroristic threat to your establishment.
Oh, my God. And then, so what I got, my Malwani chicken, the spicy. So it's, and I use this word. I didn't even read this till now, but I told Whitney it was kind of rustic. And that's the first thing it says on the description. Rustic chicken gravy made with coconut and authentic Malwani masala from the Konkan region of Maharashtra, India. Spice level hot. And it was really spicy. Honestly, that was so at first I was like, man, this dish is very rustic and kind of like There's no, you know how most dishes will have like a sweetness and a saltiness to it too? This had like no sweetness and it was just limited saltiness. So it was a very rustic, but like spicy, super spicy hot gravy sauce or whatever. And it wasn't very gravyish. It was still kind of thick and like whatever. But it was good. I will say, I don't know what you thought about this. Me and Whitney both complained that it was weird. We only got like 3 little pieces of chicken. But I think I was telling her, yeah, but the prices aren't bad. Like it's not like a lot of Indian places you'll get, it'll be like $12.99 for the entree. Here it was $8.99, but they don't give you quite as much chicken as you would expect.
I feel like I didn't get as much chicken as I would particularly want. Like
I think we got like 3 pieces. Like, but they're they're like decent size, but yeah.
Probably had enough, and yeah, they were pretty decent sizes. So my complaint isn't so much with the amount of chicken. No.
Yeah.
I did say my chicken tikka masala was a little spicier than I would normally expect from like a base.
Yeah, I would like that. I'd be like, ooh.
Yeah.
It says mild. That's weird because it calls it mild on here. So
I'm kind of curious as to how spicy your rustic chicken.
Let's just say this: it was literally making like my nose run a little bit and like a couple little tears in my eye. So that was good. I like that. I actually like that.
But then again, my spice levels are probably all out of whack since I've been living off of Pop-Tarts and Coke Zero for the past
yeah, the Pop-Tarts have reset your spice tolerance to 0. Yeah, so I didn't mind my entree. I thought it was pretty good. I thought I did take one little bite of Whitney's tikka masala. I didn't eat the chicken because I was like, okay, I'm not going to waste your chicken since there's not that much. I'll just eat the sauce. Don't waste my
chicken, Tony.
And it was an average masala, but to be fair, I will say I always think tikka masala is kind of average, even at like flavors and stuff. So
it is. It's kind of
filler. Like it's kind of like a good chicken standard, good standby, but not that unique or anything.
It's not going to challenge you like a rustic gravy with coconut, masala, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, so I will say I can tell that like the food is pretty decent, pretty good, but like that whole forgetting stuff just like put us in a bad food mood. And like, I don't know. I'm glad. I will say overall, my overall like breakdown will be that I was bothered and I was mad that happened. But then the owner or the guy that's the manager redeemed himself because he was super nice and you could tell he actually cared. And they refunded the order, I think. I haven't checked my account yet. But I was happy to see that it's not like they didn't care. Like some places you'll have to call them. I know you did. Like,
yeah, I was going to say some places, like the place you're talking about, Tony. God.
Yeah, I guess I got lucky. Yeah. They probably just saw your name and they were like, his last name's Gum. I'm not calling him. And the other guy's like, what?
But man, that biscuits and gravy with an Indian twist, that sounds so delicious. I know.
Sometime we'll have to make that ourselves and just add some curry powder.
This is like literally the only thing I've got to look forward to in life, and it's gone, and it's out of my life forever now.
I know, and like you literally had to settle. Please tell me you at least had the large entree.
I did.
Okay, good. Okay, good. So at least you got a base level amount. Like that's good. But you wanted two. And you probably wanted leftovers for half a boat.
I didn't want to have to leave the house again, and drive anywhere ever.
Well, again, where you might have to go later, Tasty Pizza.
Oh, they do have buffalo chicken this week, and that is
Ooh.
I could just order like a handful of buffalo chicken pizzas and like live for the rest of my life. Which would only really be a few days.
Yeah. Oh wait, what? But yeah, so oh man, this episode's getting long. Yeah, I wonder what we should do. So overall, I will say I'm iffy on this place. I liked the food a little bit, but I don't know. I think I would have to be driving by and last minute be like, oh shit, let's go there. Let's stop real quick and just make sure. And then here's the thing, absolutely 100%. I don't care how long the line is. I'm checking my bag next time if I go there.
Oh, absolutely.
So that's my overall takeaway. So
yeah, and I'm the same, as in like if I'm in the area and like there's not a huge line, maybe I'd swing by and try it again. But I'm right now, as of this very moment, I'm gonna put my foot down and say like no, unless they call me up and they're like, hey, Mr. Gum, we've got a biscuits and gravy with an Indian twist for you to try, you know. Then maybe
Yeah.
I'll be like, oh, okay. Maybe I'll try it, but I mean,
Mhm.
not now. I don't want to drive out there now and get it now. I don't know. I'm just mad.
Exactly.
I want to be happy, Tony.
Exactly. And like I said, it wasn't about the money. It's the food, mad. You can't take away a Munchie Boys food. Just learn that, everybody.
Yeah. You know,
I
if
mean,
you were
apparently
to
they did, and they paid dearly for it by this
if you were to call up
podcast.
one of your Grubhub guys or something and say like, here, drop this naan off to Tony, drop this biscuits and gravy to Aaron, and then like, you know,
Wait a minute. No, not just that. Here's what they could have done. A refund for what we missed, and then surprise us with a delivery of what we missed plus an entree.
oh yeah, there you go.
Maybe that is high class treatment, but imagine what we would think if that happened.
Oh, we would absolutely feel like, you know, these people are on the up and above on the level and on other weird old timer expressions and stuff, you know.
And one thing I will say, we're not being cocky, but this goes for everybody that has a restaurant. You never know who's a Munchie Boy.
You don't.
So it needs to be top tier service at all times.
Every single person that you serve might be somebody who's going to go and rant for 40 minutes about how much you suck.
Yep. Exactly. Man, so I'm wondering, what could we even do? Matt, you know what? Since our experience was so wonky, we need a synthesizer to take us out that sounds all wonky.
Yes.
Maybe while we just solemnly sit here staring. Oh, wait, we're not. This is only audio.
Well, why don't I make a track with the Paella Fat Man synthesizer that I made from a kit?
Okay, that sounds good.
I'm going to have to solder some things on, but
Sweet.
it's a fun synthesizer. I'll probably use a rat distortion and maybe some...
Nice. Try to capture the whole vibe that we got today.
Yes. It'll probably sound a little something like this.
Well, I guess it would be nice to try biscuits and gravy with an Indian twist, but you gotta check twice before you drive away and make sure that it's in the bag. Dig, if you will, the fusion. Biscuits and gravy with an Indian twist. Maybe I'm just too demanding. I'm never satisfied. I'm never coming back. Oh, Billy, don't you lose my curry. What?
So yeah, that was the Paella Fat Man synthesizer.
Oh, man, you captured it perfectly.
So, hey everybody, be cool, be good to each other.
Be excellent.
We only have one life. Make it what you can. Order your apps online. Check your bags before you leave. And peace.
And my Munchie.
Munch it, boys!